I was moving out here to start doing stand-up, and a friend sent me a TikTok that was like an open casting call.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, you're moving to Austin, you might as well do this. And the only reason I did it was because I was bored. Like, I was literally just sitting in my bed bored.
Were you already moving to Austin to do stand-up too?
Yeah, that's how I opened up that sentence.
Oh, shit. Sorry. My bad. That's my bad. Dude, you ran a fucking marathon,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
With
hold
no
on.
training?
Are we
live?
rolling? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You run a marathon with no training?
Mm-hmm.
How? All right, so first off, why?
I walked into my roommate's room 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Because I saw an ad for it, and I was like, how far do you think you could get? And he was like, 4 or 5 miles. And he's like, what about you? And I was like, I could do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. And I was like, no, I could. I definitely could.
Do you have any like prior experience of doing any sort of like? Do you work out constantly? Have you done track or field or cross country? Or
No.
that?
I'm like the most injury prone guy ever. I have a bum elbow right now, actually I tweaked my knee yesterday, so both knees are bum right now. I always have shin splints. I've had shin splints for 2 years.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't run. I haven't ran more than a mile in the past like 2 years, besides the marathon.
You're a savage, dude. You're a savage.
Yeah, but you've ran 2 miles for every month now.
For
you
a
think
whole
about
year?
Of the math, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
actually, because the marathon, I started running because I had so much fun.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Wait,
you did
how long is the marathon? How many miles?
26.2 miles, right?
Yeah, 26.2. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So you did no training whatsoever.
I just ate good, yeah.
Yeah, and then your buddy was like, "Hey, I should do this." And then you tried it. And then how fast did you do it in? Like a good time? Like
No, really, really bad. Thing is, I had an awesome pace going for like me. You want to do a marathon like under 4 hours, I would say is average, like 4 to 4.5 hours.
Okay.
Took me 6 hours and 15 minutes.
All right.
I had like a 5 hour and 50-minute pace going, which is really good for never running and no training.
Yeah.
Up until about mile 22. And then mile 22, what happened? I got like knots in my hips, like that felt like the size of baseballs. And my calves were constantly twitching with cramps. And then I just like pretty much lost my ability to like bend my knees. So I just had to like limp. I was literally like swinging my arms out for momentum.
Fuck.
Yeah, because my legs just stopped
for the
working.
last 4 miles basically?
Yeah, the last 4 miles took me like an hour.
They're like, "Look at this special needs kid go. Look at him."
Go, Michael.
Yeah, I knew it was bad because anybody I walked past, literally anybody, was like, "You got this, man."
Oh, fuck.
Damn, you were the pity kid.
Yeah, pretty much. There are people like outside of windows of like apartment buildings that like look down and were like, "We got to cheer this guy on." Like it felt like from a scene in a movie. Like people were coming out of the woodworks.
Turn
just
around
didn't-
like in Rocky, kids were behind. You got this, Rock. Keep going.
You're like,
Outrunning the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Just running behind, like going like, dude, good job.
Right.
you're like Rudy, you know?
Yeah, it felt like that. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it
Holy
was sick.
shit. So then, okay, so you finish. You ran at about, 6 is impressive. Did you caught the cramps? Did you have any like chafing problems? I know people always complain about that.
Dude, I've heard the Band-Aid on the nipples thing, right?
Did you do any of that?
My buddy who does like running, he gave me a little cream, so I put it on my nips, on my
good
toes,
call.
and on my balls, and that was fine. All of that was
really?
good. Yeah, I will say I got home and sat down, and I couldn't get up. Like I have a video of me trying to move my legs, and I had to like bite down on something just to move my legs because they were just locked.
How long did that last? Like, how long were you sore?
So I woke up the next day and it was full body soreness from my ankles all the way up through my traps. Everything was sore.
Jesus Christ.
You fucking paralyzed yourself real quick.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
So then my knees and my shins were fucked up and my hips for about a week. And then the shins and the knees lasted another like 2 weeks, I'd say.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was probably like, it took me like a full month to like get back to normal.
Dude.
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I like how at the beginning of this conversation you said, "Yeah, I had so much fun that I kept running."
Yeah, the thing was since I don't run, I've never gone like a runner's high before.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah,
It's so real.
Totally.
Yeah.
What would you like when did it happen? And like what was it like?
I would say mile 7, because I had music going. In like mile 7, I was like, oh, this music's really good.
Yeah. What are you playing? Like what kind of?
I had a buddy make me a playlist of just like really hype music to fire me up.
yeah.
So it was all different. A lot of rap.
Insane Clown Posse stuff.
Yeah, Insane Clown Posse, Mozart's 8th Symphony. You know, just the good
Oh,
stuff.
hell yeah. That shit gets me going, dog. That shit gets me going.
But then by mile like 12, I felt like I was legit rolling, which was really cool.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. So that was fun.
What's the most miles you think you've ran consecutively, Dale?
Uh,
I shit you not. There's no way in my life I've ever ran over 4 miles.
That was
ever.
the most I'd ever done.
Yeah.
It was 4.
consecutively, like I used to run a lot, so it was probably like somewhere around like 8.
Soccer, you guys have to run crazy though. So like sometimes your practice is like, we're just gonna make you run 6 miles because you guys gotta get.
It was like but now I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I have such bad ankles and knees that like,
same, yeah.
Yeah.
My body just doesn't really work that good, I think. But I want to do triathlons. Like, I really want to. But I keep getting injured.
Are you a good swimmer?
I just started swimming this year. I'm pretty good.
Do you know how to ride a bike?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure, man. That's important.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like learning how to swim is probably harder than learning how to ride a bike. At
Oh,
this age.
definitely. Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Yeah.
You didn't know how to swim?
I could swim, but not
Okay.
like laps.
Gotcha,
You know what I
gotcha,
mean?
gotcha. Okay.
Like, it's a whole different thing swimming laps versus just like floating.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
know?
swimming is so hard. Like, it's one of the, like, I remember there's been a few times where I've, like, gone to the gym and I'll be like, dude, I'll swim, like, 12 laps, and I go there and back, and I'm like, I'm gonna drown. Like,
Yeah,
just
you're
let me
done.
die. This
Right,
sucks.
yeah.
There's some old dude with his balls out next to you just fucking lapping your ass, and you're like, fuck you, man.
That's the weird thing about swimming is you'll see fat people
Yeah.
do it. I think it's because they're more buoyant.
They just float.
They float.
They're
yeah.
cheating, dude.
It's
yeah,
less-
but
yeah.
you'll just see old people and fat people, and they're like kicking your ass, and you're like, "Why is this so hard?" It's the hardest workout ever.
It is,
but it's
yeah.
really fun.
Yeah.
Just treading water. Like, like Barstool was doing this challenge where they were like, could you tread water for 10 minutes? And you want to say yes, but when you really, dude, that's a long time
minutes is
to tread water. Like, because that's your shoulders too. My like shoulders are so weak, and shoulders are one of those muscles that like they just go, I'm done working, and they just, you can't lift your arms above your head.
Right.
Like, they'll just seize up. Like, same with the triceps and shit.
Have you tried treading water for 10 minutes?
I really would like to now.
If you can't, you're kind of a pussy.
You're baiting me right now,
it's,
dude.
it's really easy.
You're
We
baiting
gotta
me,
do this
dude.
now. We
Look,
gotta
yeah, because I know you vlogged the marathon,
Yeah.
right? Let's vlog us treading water for 10 minutes. Can
I think
be
I
a
could
guest
tread water.
vlog?
I think I could tread water for over an hour.
So you wait,
You're out of
okay,
your
all right,
mind,
hold on. Let's give him some credit. He did do a fucking marathon with no training. So
And he
I,
just,
we
he
have
just
to,
got up off the couch and
we
was like,
kind of have
Post
to
Malone,
believe
watch
some
this.
things that he says.
Nah, bro, there's no way you make it over
An
25
hour
minutes.
is crazy. That's like Navy SEAL
You have
shit,
to do
bro.
this now. Let's set this up. Like, let's get cameras. I'll help film it. I'll help edit it. There's no way that you could tread water for an hour.
Here's the thing: life or death.
Life or death.
Yeah. Someone just treaded water for over 24 hours. They were found in the ocean.
Yeah. The sub. No,
The
they all
submarine
died.
guys. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard.
Down
They're
in the ocean dead.
I
He's
thought
like,
they,
wait, what?
I thought they were treading.
My mom told me they were treading water.
Yeah. They're dead. I have my scuba dive, No,
You got
thing.
this.
I have my scuba diving license, and you have to tread water for 10 minutes to get it.
Oh.
And it's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I could probably. That makes me more confident that I
But
could
do
tread
you-
water for 10 minutes. I don't believe an hour. That's
Do you have
crazy.
fins when you're doing that?
No. You're
I think
bare-
fins would make it harder.
They make you do it butt naked.
Huh?
What?
See, like my instructor, made me take photos after.
Yeah, he was watching me.
You have your scuba. You're scuba certified.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like, not in a mean way, but why?
Because scuba diving's awesome.
All right, that's a very fair
I like that.
answer.
Really, the only reason you do anything is you're like, that's tits.
I'm
that shit's
jealous of
cool.
you. That's such a cool way to. You're just like, yeah, that thing looks fun, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you just do it. I've done a lot of weird things, man. The thing about most things in life is you can just sign up.
That's very true.
There's no requirements for almost anything. Unless you're doing it at like a professional level, all you have to do is like pay an entrance fee.
Yeah. That's pretty fair.
Yeah. But,
Yes.
but we just like sit on our couch all day. I do it too.
No, it's fair. I saw this comic I know back in LA. He entered he's in a 3-day festival that is a whistling contest. And there's he's like, I'm in the quarterfinals of the whistling contest. And I messaged him. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I just gave him $25 and I'm like part of it. And I'm like, that's so funny.
You know what's funny? I looked into that a month ago.
No way.
Dude, the one I saw was $600 to enter.
What?
Yeah, I think it was
That's
maybe
a
like
pyramid scheme,
last
dude.
one. Yeah.
Well, give me your best whistle right now.
Well, I'm a good whistler.
Let me
Let's
hear you
hear it.
whistle, man. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
That was angelic, dude.
That was a whole fucking bird call.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to be a creepy old man, you'd be great at it.
That was a prank I used to do in high school. Remember the Twitter ringtone?
Oh, yeah.
I would just do that.
Whoa.
All right, we gotta pull this $600. This kid's gonna win it all. Holy
Let's get a
shit!
GoFundMe going. Yeah, fuck.
God damn! Wow,
Dude, you have an amazing skill here.
yeah.
Thank you,
Can I
guys.
be your whistling agent? I'll only take 10% of your whistling earnings.
Please, dude. I've been looking for one of those. I don't have a comedy agent, but I really want a whistling
You
one.
can be the agent. I'll be the manager because for some reason
You need both. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, a lot of the gigs early on are going to be whistling blowjobs. And so you're going to have to earn that money.
Yeah, you're gonna be at the other end of like a government.
The first gigs are going to be a lot for exposure. Word needs to spread that you give a mean whistling blowjob.
And I do. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm
No,
sure,
we know you do. We just
know.
need to.
That's
get
why
it
we
out to the
believe in you,
public.
Mike.
That's how you get scuba certified.
Is you give your yeah, dude. All I do is tread water naked and blow the guy. That's awesome. You can really do anything you want if you just sign up for it. Oh fuck! Wow. All right, man. I like how interesting. I mean, dude, what? How old are you?
I'm 25.
25.
shit,
All right,
all right.
we're the same age. 25, dude. You're scuba certified. You've ran a marathon. You're on a TV show. You've done stand up. Like that. Props to you, dude. There's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of. Where'd you grow up?
LA.
LA. Okay, so I'm sure there's a lot of fucking losers who like wanted to do shit and were like, I'm in LA. I'm gonna do shit, and then just didn't do anything. You've done a lot of.
That makes me feel good because I've been, like you guys ever been depressed?
Yeah.
I've heard of this.
Right now,
Yeah.
Never.
So there's two things:
Read about
depression and anxiety. You guys know these things?
Yeah.
That's why I do drugs. Yeah.
I've been at the. When you're in the depression cave, you really just go down that rabbit hole. I've been knocking at the doorstep the past few days. I'm like, I don't do anything. And then hearing that, it's like, oh wait, I do stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
dude.
It's usually people that think to themselves, I don't do anything, or people that do shit. It's like people that like, oh my God, my house is so dirty right now. Like, I don't want you. And then there's like one.
Yeah, there's a thing
There's
on
a
the
sock
floor.
on the floor.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Shut up.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been
Yeah.
to Colin O'Meara's house?
Yeah.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's like, hey, everybody come over. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It is
and
bad.
you're
I've
like,
been twice. It stinks.
Dude, insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
It's
a
a
stinky
war
house.
zone.
Yeah.
It's a
Every
war
time I
zone.
go over there, it's like watching the movie Oscar Went to the Dump. You know?
Yeah, they could be on Hoarders, bro. They could be the fun, bro. We went over there the other day to do John's podcast or Jack's podcast,
yeah.
and they have like 2 living rooms that are divided by like a see-through curtain. And John had pulled both curtains closed and was like, I'm sick and I've decided to quarantine myself in the living room. And I'm like, first off, you're not quarantined. Those are curtains I can see you through. Also, you're an asshole. Now none of your roommates can
Yes,
go in the living
exactly.
room because you didn't want to quarantine in your own room.
Yeah.
You're a bad person, dude.
Let me be in the only common area in the house where all of our shit also is. Yeah.
What a fuck. Yeah. No, dude. Yeah, you do a lot of shit. I was all our guests. I like go through their Instagrams for a while to see like stuff, and I was enjoying.
That's great.
Their like all the video. I really I don't know why. I love the video of you dancing outside of CVS.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
That
good.
I
one's fun.
put on my story one day. I was like, "This is the mood." And then today I watched it 4 times because I was just like, how does he do that with his body? Like someone in the comments was like, "I know this is Photoshop. This is bullshit." And I was like,
No, dude,
what
that
the
was another
fuck?
thing too. When I first met you, it was like a long time ago, like Roma Room days.
Yeah, right.
And I looked on your page and you were like a dancer.
No.
Like you have like a lot of dancing shit on your Instagram, dude.
I have a couple dancing videos. I'm not a dude.
You're
call-
good
calling
at
me-
dancing.
Yeah,
I
calling
was
me
like, you looked at
dancer's
a
gay,
different
though.
Instagram. I didn't. Yeah.
I have. Let's
was
set the
wild.
record straight.
You got moves for a while.
Yeah.
It was like 2
yeah,
years
yeah.
ago.
I have a couple dancing videos. I'm not a dancer. That's gay. I don't do gay stuff. Like I know how to dance.
You can sign up. It's all you got to do is pay a fee. and
Just
sign up.
imagine it's scuba certification.
I am a dancer. No, yeah. All my friends back home have accused me my whole life of taking hip hop classes. I didn't. It's self-taught.
Self-taught.
You
yeah.
can do. Did you watch some like YouTube videos on how to do like the
Yeah.
fucking, the chest? You can make your heartbeat. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Dude,
just
you were watching
popping
some
it.
Nick Cannon shit back in the day. weren't
Yeah,
you?
like remember those step-up movies?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
watched
dude.
those and I was like, I'm gonna be a break dancer, and I couldn't do any of it, but I could do the some of this stuff. You know? It was also like I was a Jew and like bar mitzvahs were a really big thing.
Oh, I'm sure you murdered
that
at
was
bar
the whole
mitzvahs.
point. Yeah,
dude.
it's like girls will like me if I know how to pop and lock.
Oh, you're so hot.
That was Chinese.
That was my best Jewish impression. I thought that was good. Like I was
doing a
proud
young
of that.
shot. You're doing a young.
so
No, I was
Just made Hitler proud, you know?
Oh, fuck. I was, I do a lot of bad impressions on this podcast. I was proud of that one.
Michael Fractor.
Wait.
Oh, such a good dance move.
Wait, Mike. So did the dance moves work at the bar mitzvahs?
No. You look like an idiot. You
Also,
know?
like, aren't at bar mitzvahs you're all like 14 and 15 also?
Yeah, but we were blowing each other still.
Oh, really? That
No.
early?
It's like 12 and 13.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because I had a buddy who was Jewish and I went to a bar mitzvah and they had the dance thing after. And I remember, like, going into it, we were like, yo, we're going to dance with all these ladies. And then everyone was just like, ooh, women, stay away. Like, it was very awkward. And so I'm like, but I'm like, maybe it's just that thing where it's like, because like Catholicism, you'd get together on those like stay over at church nights when you're like 13 and you're like, oh yeah, Jerry got a hand job from Susie.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of butt play.
Yeah. He's like, I get God now. I really get it. I love God. I love coming. I love God.
Yeah. So Jews do that. There's Jewish sleepaway camp. And that's when, the sucking and fucking goes on.
Fuck
nice.
But the bar mitzvah is you're in front of not just their family, their extended family. So there's like 80 family members. And then you go to those weird bar mitzvahs where people are still like going for it on the dance floor. And it's like, yo, Aunt Susie's watching. You know?
You can't
that's
do
just
that.
as crazy to just be like, nah, Aunt Susie's cool with me getting some ass.
Nah, you
She
can't.
respects his freedom.
Yeah, you can't see your great grandma just being
Yeah.
like, God, you whore.
Wait,
Yeah.
Go back to sleepaway camp. Like they send you away to lose your virginity?
No,
Or
no, it's
what?
not.
Oh my God, Brian.
That just a Jewish thing?
Brian.
Like,
Yeah, it's like,
bro,
like,
I used to think you guys were not cool. That's cool. That's awesome.
where do I sign up?
Get this man a Torah right now.
Yeah, I mean, Jewish sleepaway camp's a really big thing. And everyone gets laid. I didn't go.
They just. Aw,
So
sorry.
what is the like? What age do you normally go to Jewish sleepaway camp if you were gonna go?
It's a middle school thing.
Okay,
Middle
yeah.
school and then high school.
Like 7th,
Going
8th,
into
9th
high
grade.
school.
And then when you're in high school, you're like the counselors. And so the middle school is when the kissing happens. And then high school, that's when the rape happens.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Can we believe that? That's when.
You ever say something and then instantly regret it?
I meant that's when
Yeah.
hand jobs happen.
Yeah, okay, so you're going there and maybe like when you're a kid, you're like, oh my God, I hung out with this girl from like another school and we like kissed. And that was like
Yeah.
the big thing. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, Michael got a kiss. I wish I could have kissed the girl.
Yeah.
But then the older camp is like that girl comes back to be a counselor and she's like, I'm about to give you the driest hand job of your life. And you're like, let's go.
Yeah. That's tight.
I didn't go to that, but that's just what the Jews told me.
The word around
Yeah.
the street was. Yeah.
Yeah, camps like that. I went to. We had. Did you guys have? We had this thing at least in Orange County called outdoor ed, and like in. God, I don't know. We was like 8th grade, so it's like
Sounds
right
like a
before you
homeless guy.
jump to like. It would like you were. It was before you get into.
You drop your kids off at outdoor ed.
Yeah,
He'll
outdoor ed will
watch you
take
for
care of
He's outside the Vaughn supermarket.
It was basically in like
Mind the
6th
spell.
grade, right before you went to junior high. So right before you like integrated with all the other like, because we had like
Races?
8 elementary schools in the Brea Linda school district.
Yeah.
So you would like, you had your friends you played sports with, but they went to the different elementary schools. So you'd like meet up, and they'd all tell you, you'd go to practice. We'd go together, and you'd be like, dude, our hot girls are like Libby, Cindy, and like Susie, and then you'd be like, oh, ours are like Jennifer and this, and then you'd go to these camps, and you'd like meet the hot girls and the hot people.
So
would,
this is like a
come.
hot chick convention, basically.
But like also hot guys too, and they would send you
Okay.
up to like not Big Bear, Snow Valley, which is like right below Big Bear.
Okay.
And you'd stay in these cabins, and all your camp counselors were just like these 18-year-old people who were all just sucking and fucking each other.
Right.
And you'd stay up there for like 2 days, and they do like a nature thing, and you'd have to do like performances and plays. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like to get you out of your shell, and we had to pay like a shit ton of money to do it. Did only my school, my little district.
Yeah,
have
we
that?
didn't do. I didn't do an outdoor ed. I never did any of that shit, dude. I was not raised that way.
I mean, I also grew up in like like upper class, so it was expensive. I remember my parents were like, "Yeah, the fucking trailer park trash, dude." We're from the city of oranges and angels.
Yeah, our
From the
outdoor
city
ed
of
was
meth.
just that homeless guy. We
Yeah,
were saying.
yeah.
I actually did hang out with a guy named Outdoor Ed. It was
Yeah,
great.
you're like, my dad once a month would send me away to this camp called CPS.
Yeah. and dude, I'll tell you what, I sucked a lot of dick. I was there too. It was great.
What's
All your
CPS?
counselors didn't make you suck your dick. Child Protective Services.
Oh, okay. No, I grew up wealthy too. I don't know what that is.
That's
You should
good.
just clip that and be like, white privilege.
I'll interclip it with Tamir's thing making fun of him.
What a legend. Love the guy. Shout out.
That'd be funny as fuck.
That's cool that you did research.
Yeah, dude, I have some questions. Some of them are ridiculous. Like one of them is, would you do steroids? Because me and Dale have been talking a lot about
We really
doing.
want to get on steroids, and we want.
I don't
want
want to do steroids, but I 100% would be down.
I
Is
do.
doing like a T-boost steroids?
Right now, at your age, yes.
I don't want to do it now. I want to do it in like 10 years.
No,
Like
if it's doctor prescribed, no, you're being that doesn't count
it's
to
more
me.
like I'm imagining like 10 years from now, I could maybe have some money. Like things could be going well.
Sure.
And so it's like in 10 years, you know, if I'm like, I'll be 35. I'll probably lost my ambition to work out. Like hire a trainer, dude. Do a little T-boost.
Yeah.
Just get fucking jacked for no reason. Start fucking again like
Yeah.
crazy. Because they say when you take T, like all of a sudden you're back to like when you're 24 and you're like, I want to fuck all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be like that right now.
That's why I said 24. We've fallen out.
Yeah, you
That's
guys
why
are
our dicks don't
25.
work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 23, so I'm still in there, boys.
Really?
Yeah, the only time.
I have low sex drive, I think.
What if
It's a good thing.
What if you had
so.
like the women you sleep with dress up as your scuba instructor?
Yeah, then
You
I'll
get bricked up then.
yeah, a little PTSD there, but I think that PTSD is the only way I can come these days. So
Yeah,
Post-traumatic
PTSD.
stress bone.
No, it's for a pretty tight,
PTSD.
sick ass dick.
pretty tight, sick ass dick and balls.
The B is silent.
The PTSD, yeah, but it's the most important.
That's the most important part. Yeah. If you don't get your balls
Yeah,
in a
dude.
condom, what are you doing with your life?
I think, dude, honestly, I think having a low sex drive is probably a good thing for like a lot of men.
Yeah, but the thing is, I still get horny. Like I get horny like a 7th grader. Sometimes I'll like be in my bed and start shaking. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I haven't been horny like this in a while. Whoa.
Bro, I
Oh,
forgot
we're
what
gonna
it
come
felt like
soon.
to
You're like
shake.
having withdrawals. You're like, yeah, I got low sex drive. Oh my god.
Bro, that's a
So
real
what it
thing.
happened? Yeah.
That's so. I forgot. Like, and any lady listening doesn't know what we're talking about because I don't think ladies get that horny. But I remember you as like a 7th, 8th grader, you'd be sitting there, you'd start thinking about it. You're home alone, you get bricked up, and you would literally, your body would shake, and you'd be like, I have to jerk off, or I will have an aneurysm.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna implode like a submarine. This shit's about to go down. All right, that's the last one. That's a sad story. I'm tired of making jokes
out,
about
the
it.
submarine thing's long gone.
Dude,
you
yeah,
know?
true. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Bro, I remember in high school, right? I was sitting there, just getting one of those random boners, wearing
Yeah.
fucking basketball
Yeah.
shorts, right? And I'm sitting there, and the teacher's like calling people up to the board to like do equations, and she goes, "All right, Brian, come do this one." And I just sat there and went,
No.
"No." I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
"No, I'm staying right here." I'm
Was
not
she cool with
moving.
it?
No.
That's the thing is teachers in middle school, they have to know. Like when
Yeah.
when a student's like, I can't, it's like, yeah, he has a boner. And if they make you do it still, it's because they want to see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's-
yeah, middle school teachers are weird though.
Also, though, I can't imagine, Brian, that you were a good student. So she probably was like, God damn it, Brian's being a fucking delinquent again, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Get you and your hard dick over here right now. You're going to the office.
Write the answers with it, God damn it.
How many teachers from your guys' schools got for
Oh.
touching?
I have a couple.
Okay,
We had
yeah.
3. One arrested, and it was crazy because the girl, like, so her name was Miss Johnson. For like, what a stereotypical name. Miss Johnson's daughter was our age going to school. And then,
What?
So Miss
you mean our age
Johnson,
now?
Miss Johnson, my
Yes.
bad. I'm in high school.
Yeah.
I'm in my sophomore year, so I'm like 16 years old. Her
Yeah.
daughter was also 16 years old
Gotcha.
in our district.
Yeah.
And her mom, who's
Little
like
Johnson.
55, Lil Johnson and
Little
Miss
Johnson,
Johnson.
yeah.
Miss Johnson had sex with like a senior who was a wrestler.
Fuck yeah.
And it leaked, and like it was just one day, all of a sudden there was like 18 cop cars at the school, and like KTLA news, and they just escorted her out. She got arrested. Her daughter had to change schools, and it was crazy because the daughter was
During
dating the
school?
starting quarterback of our school. So I remember I was at practice that day, and I was like, bro, you heard fucking Miss Johnson's whore ass. And I remember he turned around and was like, you don't know all the details. Shut the fuck up. And I was like, okay. And then someone was like, yeah, dude, he's dating her daughter. And I was like, ooh, my bad. No one, he's not throwing me the ball this year. Fuck.
As soon as you have
JV
to
it
throw
is,
out,
baby.
you don't know all the details. She did it.
Yeah,
She
yeah. She
definitely
was. Dude, she went to jail for like 3 or 4 years. Like for
That's
real. Did like for
crazy.
real time. And,
Yeah.
and
What
was-
happened to the kid? He was just like the badass of the school.
Yeah, he was 17,
Yeah.
so they were just like, you poor soul. And he was like,
Yeah.
it was so sad when I came.
Dude, this
Well, I
shit
had the
fucking
best
sucked.
experience of my life. Oh,
But like, it
Oh, I
was
got my
wild.
dick sucked. Oh.
I remember it was wild because it came out that like people were like, dude, we had classes. Like he would hang out in lunch there. Like she would turn on movies, and he was like the teacher's aide, so he would sit by the desk and they would like share a blanket. Like people before were like, yo, this is weird, and everyone was like, shut up.
How old was she? She was
Like
old enough.
50. And here's the thing, she was gross.
Oh,
While one of you could,
send her to
I'm
prison.
gonna try and find a picture of her while one of you, because you guys had stories of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One of you share a story, and I'll find the old
Dude,
article.
we
if you give me a
had
second.
I had a guy that he looked like Mark Wahlberg. We would always call him Marky Mark, and he was like the track coach. He was not a teacher. He was just a track coach.
Yeah.
And he somehow got his way into being like an administrator, which what the fuck? What do administrators do in school? I really never understood what an administrator was.
Administrate.
yeah,
Right?
they walk around with a walkie-talkie.
They walk around hallway,
Yeah.
and they just like are important for some reason.
yeah, you need them.
You need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was an administrator, and then it came out that he was like maybe sleeping with some of these girls, and it was like so obvious to all the rest of us. The teachers were like, how could that be? But we were like, dude, this is the hottest guy that any of these women have ever seen, and he's okay with fucking them. This is insane. Of course they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then nothing happened. Just one day he moved and we didn't hear about him. And then he just moved to the school across like the town.
Yeah.
He went from North Valley's high school to Damani Ranch and started fucking chicks there and then finally got arrested. Yeah. And honestly, dude, he was a cool guy. I was really like, damn, this sucks.
They was like,
He's a good dude.
That's my mentor, actually.
I was like, dog, I look up to this man. Like, this guy was cool. And then he started fucking young chicks, and we're like, that's too
That's
bad.
super
Did
cool.
you guys?
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Mindset.
Did you guys hear about the kid that was sleeping with the teacher, and then called the police because the teacher? He was like, "Yeah, she said she was gonna give me that got 5,000, and it wasn't that good."
Yeah, that head
So
was
I called
trash.
the police.
She gave me trash ass head, so I fucking told on her.
Yeah, this is what she looks like.
Oh,
That's not that bad.
And also, it's so funny because I remember I was like, she was like 60, she was 46.
Wow.
But it's like when you're young,
She
know?
definitely looks like she smoked a cigarette and was like, "Let me
And she
suck
was
it."
not like this. Like I mean, she looks all right here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like,
And it's a mugshot though, so I imagine she could put herself together well.
nah, she was just not like it was just like out of all we had a lot of hot teachers out of
Yeah.
school. Like we're a wealthier area, like bigger. I read the article. So we had 2,000 students at our school, which is like a bigger high school.
Yeah.
And they were just like, she was not the hot teacher. Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the main takeaway. It was like her.
You don't, you don't have the pickings, right? You can't just choose like I want to
No,
fuck that
of
one.
course.
Also, hold on. What did the wrestler guy look like?
Oh, he was like a goofy kid. Like it
Okay,
made
well,
sense.
There we
Well,
go.
here's the thing.
Yeah, they're
I
in each
read
other's
about-
league.
I was reading
Yeah,
the
dude.
article while you were talking.
Each other's
I didn't realize that how they got caught is like his parents were like, "Why do you keep going to your teacher's house?" And so his parents called the cops and were like, "Hey, I think our son's teacher might be like trying to have sex with him," and then they like investigated
Dad
it.
was fucking
and it
pussy
came out
hating.
that they had sex at school and off campus, like several. Like he would come over to get tutored and then just blow
He
her
would
out.
come over to
And
come
she
on
had
her.
a husband too.
Do you think?
Oh, okay.
Do you
That's the
think the
worst part.
wrestler got mad at his parents?
The wrestler got mad at it. He was like, "Dad, what are you fucking
Are you
pussy
fucking
hating?"
serious?
She only had to
what
do
the
3
fuck?
months in jail, 5 years of probation, is what it was.
Oh, okay.
And she had to pay. Her bail was 20.
So
grand.
she's fucked this kid again. I mean, that's definitely.
It would be cool if they got
Conjugal
back
visit.
together, like a genuine love story.
Yeah, like That's My Boy. You ever seen
Then,
that movie?
yeah.
then at some point, it would end up being really cute.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Be
We
sweet.
had 2 teachers also like start dating someone like the second they graduated.
That's
type thing.
so
Awesome.
fucking
That's
sick.
awesome.
Like it was, yeah. I said awesome. They were both like, one was the yearbook guy and one was like we had like a class to take film studies and like take photos. So like they were both like, like the one dude got fired though because they started dating and then they looked into it and like on the cameras they found like nude, like he had her pose nude photos like in the classroom and he was like, it's for art.
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, this is for self-defense.
Yeah.
Had you ever had a teacher do that?
Yeah, my tennis coach, senior year.
Whoa, tennis.
You were
coach.
in tennis too?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Sorry. That was a bad question, dumb question.
Yeah, I said my tennis
you
coach.
look like
I
you
know,
play
I know.
tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was on the tennis team. He was my coach. The two were related. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't like that crazy of a story. I think he was the only teacher in school that had a security camera in his class. And we were like, what's that? And he was like, just to catch cheaters. And we're like, I don't think that's how that works. And then he did some other, shenanigans and
Started fucking.
tomfoolery.
Damn, so he was already like, they had him like, look,
He was on thin ice.
we get it. She was pretty hot. You're going to have a camera just so we know you're not a naughty boy. And he was like, oh.
And then he started hacking that shit and just like,
Yeah. They're like, well, also, we're going to give you a $10,000.
Putting paper over it.
And then I don't really know the story, but one day they're like, hey, so and so, whatever his name is, he's gone. And we're like, what? And they're like, yeah, you guys got a new coach. And then we all quit.
They're kind of like,
this new coach doesn't bang us. What the fuck? This guy sucks.
Mr. Rogers was way cooler. Yeah, dude, teachers are like the fucking Catholic priests. They just kind of like move them around and they're just like, yeah, you fucking kid, we just move you to the next city over.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
So I got a question for you guys. Did any of you try to fuck teachers in high school?
Yes.
Ooh.
100%.
Yeah.
It was actually the class that I took my tennis coach's class. I didn't try fucking him. Okay. No, it was we
You're
had
just trying to learn the ways of the falls.
How do you do that? No, so we had a student teacher. She like just graduated college. It was her first class, and every day I would flirt with her. Every single day. She kind of liked it.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. And then she told me at one point she didn't have a toaster because she was poor. She just got out of college, all that stuff. Yeah. So on the last day of class, I bought her a toaster.
Damn.
And gave it to her.
Damn.
And I'll never forget. She went, "You can hug me," and I gave her that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I
What kind of toaster?
Locked in.
Two or 4?
Yeah, 2-prong.
I bet if you bought her a 4, she would have gave you a hand job on the table.
You can kiss me on the cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can watch me walk away.
So that was the closest. She wasn't even that hot. I think it was just the idea of like she's been teaching me and she's older.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's like that older though, where she's like older, but she's also like kind of your age.
Right.
Because it's like, dude, I mean, even as a kid, I remember being like when I found that out, I wasn't like, cool. Like even at like 14, I was like, she's like 50. Like that's fucked. Like that's not okay. Yeah. Where it's like, as fucked up as it sounds, if she would have been like a 26-year-old teacher, I would have been like, what some bitch ass snitch, dude. You're a pussy.
You seem like you're in a similar class of human being.
Right. Yeah. She was probably like 26, I would imagine.
Yeah. It's like the article said grooming. It's like, dude, dogs like being groomed. Groom me. Fuck.
I like to be pet. I like to be pet like the next boy.
Would you rather crawl everywhere or sprint everywhere?
Sprint. Yeah.
Damn. Either this one really took me because I immediately want to say sprinting because crawling is like, imagine having to crawl on like the hot asphalt. Like imagine having to just crawl to our car right now.
No, but you're saying like, I can crawl to my car. I can sprint to my car, but then I can drive. It's not like if I'm going to Louisiana,
because, like,
I'm
your
running
car,
to
like,
Louisiana.
that's fine because your car can't get you everywhere. Like you still, even like we walk a lot of places still. Like, dude, imagine just like and coming to the stage, Dalen, and you just
that's exactly what I was
or you
thinking,
crawl out.
If I had to do that, I would get like the whole like suit and tie. My tie's always flying. I'd like to be that, and I have like papers that are always flying behind me.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
I'd make it into
a briefcase.
I'd make it into
Some
a thing.
mime.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just think like if you're crawling everywhere, it's gonna take so long to get anywhere.
Yeah, my knees.
Sprinting, you're
Sprinting is gonna be
tired, but you get there
exhausting,
though.
though.
You get there.
But like, dude,
You'll get used to it eventually.
Of course, but it's like, hey, Brian, you sat down, you left your charger, and you got to go sprint to get it. Oh, hey, Brian, you got to take a piss at 4 a.m.? You better sprint to that fucking bathroom.
Yeah. Better than crawl. Imagine waking up, having a pee, and being like, it's
Fuck.
gonna take 5 minutes.
I'd come on to some, like, sexy-ass song every time I went on stage and do, like, a seductive-ass crawl.
Yeah, I think the sprinting, though, is, like, it's just practical. You get everywhere fast. It's at some point, it's, like, kind of funny where the crawling's a little creepy. It's like, you know, think about walking into the creek at like 10 p.m. and you just fucking sprint in. I was like, oh, there's Brandon, you know?
Yeah.
They're
more okay with that than if I'm the guy who crawls.
Yeah, if you're crawling, they're like, you know what it is? Sprinting's autistic, crawling's like school shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, crawling is almost like borderline kinky too. Like, you know what I mean? Like strippers crawl, like there's like the crawl, like
okay,
you're not a baby, like if you're not a baby, like
dude, babies are hot. Babies are so seductive when they crawl. It's crazy.
You guys talking about grooming, you just got me. The thing is like crawling at like, because you're right, you don't crawl unless you're either a baby or you're like trying to be sexy in a situation or the military. Because like what kind of crawling? I'm thinking like hands and knees crawling. I guess there is army crawling too.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
If you're crawling everywhere though, you're just an asshole. Like no one likes you. Like you're just a nuisance to everyone.
You're basing that off nothing. You've never seen anyone crawl to get somewhere.
Dude, every guy that I see crawling, I'm like, dude, what an asshole. He's always in my way.
Yeah, you're right. Because if you're crawling, like I've literally never seen anyone crawl, so I don't know how I would respond. But like if I saw someone sprint, I'd just be like, they probably got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's a good one.
They're bad with social issues, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Where I feel like you could really kind of get away with it easier.
Yeah, I feel that.
What's the next one?
Well, we got more Would You Rathers. I have a few other topics too that I'll
hit a topic.
intertwine. All right. I want to talk to you. I have questions about the show you were on, but I don't want to ask you the basic questions if you're fine talking about it.
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone asks you a fucking million questions about it. All right, we're really obsessed with reality TV shows. I've never seen the show that you were on. I just know you as a friend. And I'm just being. I'm like giving him. I'm letting him know.
Hey, Michael,
like
I love the type of show you're on.
But
I would never fucking watch yours.
Hey, I just want to let you know. Anytime women bring it up to me that they know you, I pretend we're like best friends.
Really?
I'm like, oh yeah, Mike. I love that guy.
I like when people do that. Like a bunch of my friends when the show came out, they used pictures of us on like their Hinge profiles.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, that's the whole point.
Great.
That's right.
Use me to get laid. That's the best.
I'm glad that you had like a good perspective. I'm telling you, dude, I had like friends visit that their sole reason for visiting was because they watched 20-something Austin. They were like, dude, Austin looks cool. I'm like, I've told you to come here for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
I'm glad that show did. Like, they were like, I want to go to Latchkey. They're like, do you know? I was like, do you know Michael? I was like, yeah, I know Michael. And they were like, no fucking way. I was like, yeah, dude, like, he's just a normal guy.
Yeah, we're best friends.
Yeah. It's very weird. Like the whole thing was kind of just like a commercial for Austin.
It's crazy how much.
I feel like I should have been like an ambassador of the city, or I should get a key to the city or something.
Yeah.
Like
compensated.
I was
for
like
your dues.
in a like 12 episode commercial for the city.
Yeah, you should be able to sit in like Greg Abbott's lap or something.
I agree. Yeah. And
Dude,
now
that would be fire. That would be so funny.
I get one kiss on the cheek a month from Greg Abbott.
Good deal, dude. That's a good, solid deal.
Yeah, that's why you need us as your agent and manager, dude. We'll
get you 3 kisses.
You can make that happen.
We'll get you that whistle contest.
Have you ever heard of whistle?
Greg Abbott loves a good whistle. Yeah, I was more saying I just haven't seen it because I know that like a lot of people have, and then there's like I'm sure sometimes you get treated different ways if people have or haven't seen it. Because like, okay, here's the thing: like I knew it was a big deal, and it's Netflix, and Netflix is huge. But I also was just like, oh, it's like reality television, and that's not everyone's thing, and it's very specific to Austin. And I didn't think, like, I was like, oh, people know you. But then I remember, like, we were in San Marcos together, and you were, like, helping us hand out flyers. And, like, the first people were like, holy shit, I know you. And I was like, oh, damn, like, when you did this, did you expect to be, like, I know you famous?
Yeah. No. I didn't really think too much about it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, while we were filming, I was like, this is kind of stupid. No one's going to watch this.
Because how long was filming?
Filming's 3 months.
Oh, damn,
And so when you're like in the shit of it, you're like, this is boring. But then obviously editing, the magic of editing, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like this podcast. And then I didn't think that we'd be like, you know, like a thing. But then we were on the fucking top 10 page.
Yeah,
So,
and it was
yeah.
like it came out like when like I feel like when it came out, COVID was still a thing in like a lot of places because I feel like it was filming like right when I moved here, and that was like I left, and when I left, California was still like you don't do shit.
Yeah.
And then I felt like it took like a year of me living in Texas before California was like, all right, fine, you could eat in a fucking restaurant again.
Right. Yeah. So we did have that COVID bump for
Where it's
sure.
like people were still at home and still
Yeah.
like hiding too. So it was like, it was almost like people were like, well, I can watch people be real people again.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Right. That was the thing because we were going out and stuff. So it's like the people are stuck at home can watch like teens party, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite movie is Teens Party.
Project X?
Not another teen movie.
I really like that you opened that up with. I'm gonna ask you the things that people don't normally ask you, and then you went. So I didn't watch your show, and it was that for like 5 minutes.
No. I understand the premise though, like because my girlfriend just watched it and she talked to me about it a lot, and I've had people ask me about it, and I've also like I've had conversations about you where we've talked about what it was like and the aftermath and all the shit that came with it and stuff. So I was more saying like I don't want you to come on and be like, what was it like and tell you, because one of the questions I wanted to ask is, we watched Love Island and we're really obsessed when I feel like there's people who are on it just for clout. Did you feel like any of the members of the show were on it strictly just to be like famous, or was everyone on there just as like
100%?
so all of you were like, or not all of you, but at least you were like, this is an opportunity more than like
me more than anyone probably.
Nice.
I was like, because like I didn't really give that much of a shit about like making friends with people or like going along with the show wanted. I was like, this is gonna be good for me. This is gonna be good. I was kind of wrong, but I was like, I remember there was like a whole argument, Bob. I can't really get into it, but it got around to me, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about like what's going on. I was like, I'm here so when this is over, I can do the shit that I want to do. You know, I'm here for the clout, 100%.
She's like, I am gay, right, Michael? And you're like,
I'm sure, whatever you want me to say. Yeah.
Well, I guess, and because I haven't seen it, the premise is just like you're just people living together. It's not like there was no goal, there was no like, because I know that you started dating a girl on the show, but it's like that the premise wasn't to like get you guys together in a house and have you start dating. That just kind of, I mean, I'm sure they wanted it and it made for good TV, but that wasn't like, what were you pitched? What were you pitched to
It's
come on the
funny
show?
because what I was told was different than what it was.
Oh, damn.
I was told it was a docu-series. So it was just going to be like documentary style. Same with actually like cameramen. Like I remember talking to cameraman, he's like, I thought we were filming like a documentary. And I was like, me too. And then we get there first day and it's like, oh, this is just like a legit reality show.
Like Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Because like we get there and immediately like we meet the girls, you know, and then the producers like step aside and like, hey, who do you guys like? And I was like, what?
no way, really?
Yeah, they're like, who do you think's hot? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I my stand up. That's what. That's what this was, and because I thought it was gonna be like just about kind of the careers
story
and stuff like that. And they're like, no, you have to fuck someone there. And I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
don't have to tell me twice.
You ever go scuba diving?
I could tread water.
All right, you're gonna go with Cindy.
Hey, I am curious. This is probably a basic bitch question. How did you get the gig? Did you like just sign up for it?
No, yeah. So basically,
What the fuck, Brian?
what is this bullshit?
I'm sorry. Look, I didn't know he was going to do this.
So the story's kind of cool. It was like a week before I moved out to Austin. I was in like a limbo stage because I just quit my job. I was moving out here to start doing stand up, and a friend sent me a TikTok that was like an open casting call.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're moving to Austin, you might as well do this. And the only reason I did it was because I was bored. Like I was literally just sitting in my bed bored.
Were you already moving to Austin to do stand up too?
Yeah, that's how I opened up that sentence.
Oh shit. Sorry. My bad. That's my bad. I'm a bad
I was
listener.
gonna say anything, but I was
Nah,
like,
thank you for. I was looking at preparing a next topic.
Yeah,
I was
you're
checking
good,
to
you're
make
good.
sure the time. Too,
Yeah.
so I know you have to
Dude,
go.
he-
That's
he
all.
got
That's all me,
both you
guys.
guys so far,
Thank you for
dude.
calling me out. My
Tennis
bad.
coach and then that.
My bad.
dude, we suck at
Yeah,
this.
you guys are really, really good at
trash.
listening.
Michael's really in the fucking moment right now, dude.
Well, you said our tennis coach. I mean, I would be like our film. You know, I said our yearbook thing. I wasn't in yearbook. You know,
It's all right.
yours was more acceptable. Mine was
We're
bad,
insecure.
though.
We're insecure right now. We're insecure.
Wait, so you were on a TV show? All right, sorry, my bad. Yeah, so talk more about the casting. My apologies. Sorry,
No, you're
Mike.
good. So yeah, then I just sent in. It was like a 1-minute audition tape, and I tried filming it, and I just like couldn't be comfortable in front of the camera because it's just like Don Michael, and it was like, dude, you're retarded.
What did you say? Like, what was like the thing you were like, how am I gonna get across to these people that I'm their guy?
Well, that was the thing. After filming it, I was like, this is nothing. Like, no, this is gonna get thrown away. So I was like, let's try to do this the way I would do it. So I took off my shirt. And then like set up and I just did push-ups for a minute straight. Just the whole time I was just doing push-ups. And then I introduced myself and I was like just kind of like being funny. I was being goofy. And just like, what up? I'm Michael. Because I'm obviously not like that kind of guy. Yeah. And then I was just like explained who I am. I was like, I think I said I do stand-up comedy even though I hadn't even done it yet.
Nice.
Because I was moving to Austin to do stand-up.
You were?
Yeah. Did you know that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you assume the sale.
You should really say that next time when you start the story. It's making me a lot more sense.
Yeah. And then, they saw that and they liked it, and then it just moved on.
Did you have to do multiple callback interviews, or was it okay, yeah.
I didn't hear back for like I heard back probably like a month later. Then I did the next audition. They had me do shirtless push-ups again.
What?
Yeah, because they're like, we thought it was so
His
funny.
His scuba instructor was there.
Yeah. And then, they were just like, all right, that's funny. We'll let you know in 2 weeks. 2 months go by. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. Whatever. I didn't get it.
You're here now for a month. Like, this is way longer than I thought it would be a process.
Same. Yeah. But obviously at that point, I'm like, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
2 months went by. Who cares? Like, in my head, I'm never fucking getting this. And then next thing I know, it's just like a lot. Like, it's like calls every day. There are calls with every single producer, which is just like 10 rich LA producers, on a Zoom call. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing right now? So nervous.
Yeah.
But my mindset the whole time was like, I'm never going to get this, so just have fun. And I was just like being silly. And I think that's why I got it.
Damn. Yeah. Fuck. And then, so you get it. And then how quickly do you start filming right after you get it?
I think it was like probably 3 weeks, I would imagine.
Oh, shit. So that happened fucking quick.
It happened quick. I'm trying to think. I think I got it like beginning of August. And we started filming. I remember we started September 1st. Wow. So it was like no more than a month.
Yeah.
And you so you don't have a job through any of this, right?
Like I was working at H&M still. Because that's what I did when I moved out here. But after like a week, I quit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were allowed to have a job.
You could, but it wasn't.
What are like the filming schedules? Do they film you like 24/7? Or
so like legit filming with producers and cameramen was 12-hour days. And then the cameras were always on. So there were day producers that would go like 11 to 10 or 11 to 11, and then night producers that would go like midnight to the next morning at 11.
How would you have like set schedules like today you're doing this, and this at this time, you're going to bed at this time, you're up at this, or like
no, I mean they would tell you, like they never told us what we were doing before. So every day was kind of a surprise. And then it'd be like, hey, Michael, we're gonna need you like in an hour. So just be ready. But you're always like on we say on set, but like in the house, ready to go. And then you find out like, all right, I'm not filming for the next 2 hours. I have this time to like, that's when I would like write and stuff. Because it was a heavy schedule. It's, 12-hour days. And then I know that we're filming my sets for Netflix. And I know I suck at stand-up.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
Such a shitty, like, because people don't, like, I remember I truly, because I had known you by the time that it started to come out, like at least a little bit. And I just was like, dude, like that. People don't understand stand-up and understand how much like bombing is a part of it, and how like especially early on that you're bombing so much more than you're doing well. And
for
like,
sure.
It was just this thing where people just didn't know about it, and I was watching you get like dragged for something that like every other stand-up comic in Austin was going through, but not 100%. Having the world attack them about it.
But yeah, I mean, it was honestly a grind because it's like a 12-hour film day, and then I knew I was like, I can't not do open mics because we're going to be filming. So then it was open mic, and that was when Roma Room was around, so I'd do those till like 1 a.m.
Did they ever come to film any of those?
No, they filmed Little Woodrose.
I was there for that one.
Yeah, you were. I remember seeing you at that
about
one.
that.
Yeah. And then we filmed the one at the Mueller Park under the airplane hangar.
Yeah. Funny too that they're like, we're gonna go film mics, and then went to probably two of the
worst mics in Austin. I do remember. I'm still new in the scene. I was talking to Lucas McCrary, and he's like, are you guys going to film more? I was like, I think we're doing the park one next week. And he's like, oh, they just want you to bomb. And I was like, yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
So fucked.
And then we filmed one here at the Creek.
Yeah.
That I did really well at.
And they didn't put it in.
Snipped.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember Jack Flug and Jason were like, "Dude, we're gonna be on fucking Netflix, maybe. Like, this is crazy." And then you guys filmed it, and
So then because I like the gist that I got from Erica was that like they showed you have a bad set, and then you have like a redemption set, but they waited like a fuck ton of episodes, right?
No, there's no redemption.
There's no redemption. They just used another like open mic one, and we're like, look, he's still trying.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's so fucked.
I did watch it a little bit, and the one in the park, it's like you bring that girl with you, and she watches you, which also is. Did they ask you to do that?
No, they told me to do it.
Oh, God. Okay, because like no new comic is thinking like I'm gonna bring my girlfriend to my open mic.
Oh, for sure.
I would never fucking do that.
Yeah.
None of us would ever want to do that.
Never.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Unless you're trying to scare her away.
Exactly, dude. And so I was like seething inside. I'm like so nervous for you. I'm like, dude, this is my worst nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, it's same.
Yeah.
But
you
all
handled
that
it well.
shit, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, on the surface, I did. I had like crazy anxiety. I think I got down to like probably 120 pounds, 115. Just I couldn't eat. Yeah. And my diet at the time was just coffee and vaping, which is sick.
Dude,
but
that's pretty.
I was cool. But yeah, man. Like on the surface, I handled it okay, but inside, I was just like dying.
Yeah.
But all that shit's good in the long run because like now I know how to handle pressure, which is a really good thing to have only 2 years into comedy. Like legit real pressure where I'm like, you wake up and your stomach just like is fucking hurting. I know how to get through that, which is nice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's true. And I think it's almost that bonus thing where it's like you have a legit following now and following on Instagram, and like whether that means anything or not, like you have a name, and I'm sure that's helped you in stand up and in some ways. And it's like, it's almost that thing where it's like, as long as you have the confidence in yourself and like continue to get better, it does suck that I'm sure that maybe some people's perspective is like, oh, he's bad at stand up, but then they come see you and like you've gotten better and you're a good stand up, and then people see you and it's like, yeah, they get to see that you're funny. Like they're still gonna come out and see it, and like sometimes it's almost better for people to have low expectations than high expectations.
Yeah, I think it's a blessing and a curse.
Of course.
I say doing that show is my favorite thing I've ever done in my life, while simultaneously being my biggest regret. Yeah. Because my whole following doesn't really care about the stand-up. Yeah. They're just like, oh, what's the deal with you and your girlfriend, who I'm not even dating anymore? I had that written down. Is that I was looking at like your post from like 2 days ago, and someone just in the comments is like, does anyone know if he's still dating? And I was like, can I start being the person that responds to the comments and goes, no, they're not, you fucking idiot.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah.
Just starting drama, just tagging her. She's like, who the fuck?
Me and Michael are publicly dating.
He's mine. Back off.
Yeah. I mean, it's been like a year since we've broken up, and like it still seems like that's all anyone cares about, and it's like, yo, that's so far gone. It's just a stand-up, which now I'm starting to realize like it's kind of hard, because if I post something about the stand-up, no one cares. Yeah. None of my following. So like, we're all kind of slaves to the algorithm. Yeah. The algorithm will just be like, oh, this isn't good content. No one's like gonna like it, even if it's like a funny stand-up clip or whatever, because my following doesn't care. Yeah. So I feel like I'm in this trap.
So the next time you post anything about stand-up, it does bad and it gets worse. And
everything I post, because it's never gonna have to do with like the show or my ex. People don't care about, because it's now just about what I want to do. So like now it does actually feel like at this point I'm just back to being a normal open micer and just trying to build a following based off stand-up, which is fine.
The only open micer in the world with 86,000 followers.
Yeah, it's such a trip, man. It's really weird.
You haven't tried to do like bits about the show or the ex-girlfriend?
No, I have. I think it's just not that funny to me.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It's not. You're not far enough away from it yet. To where you're like,
maybe I am, and the bits I have are okay. I have like actually some pretty good stories about it that I've told on stage that I've done well. I think it's just not. Stand up, like at its core, it's what you want to talk about. Yeah. And I think it's just not really that like funny or interesting to me.
I think there'll be a time, like, I think because I had that trouble a lot where like I played football so much in my life, Division I football player, and I don't really have a ton of stand up about it. Yeah. But I have so many funny stories, and it's like I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I can't force it. Like, it'll come. Like, there'll be something I'm sure that you look back on, and like the more, like you're saying, the more you're removed, the more you can look back on it and be like, that was ridiculous. That is funny. I should talk about that.
Right.
And you can think of like funnier ways, but it's still is a big part of your life. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
Like,
it's all anyone knows me from, you know, besides, if you think about it, my friends and family, which is like probably like 150 friends from like stand up in LA, I would say, you know, we all have that. And then like my family, those are the only people that know me. And then there's like another, 13 million people watch the show. So then 13 million people in the world know me from this one thing. So my identity is really attached to that.
Yeah, it is. That is a very weird thing. But it's like it's that thing where it's like reality television like fades and comes and goes, and so like I think you were saying already, you've almost already been free from it, and then now you just get to be like just a normal stand-up.
And I'm just struggling again.
Yeah, which there's something nice. There's something like
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like in reality, like even if they would have included like your actual good set, it's like. This probably was realistically not going to be something that just made you a famous stand-up comedian. For sure. You were going to have to do this either way, and it's like the followers are cool, but like you said, they're not translating. So there is something where it's like someone like us can look at it and be like, hey, we all have to do the boring grind. There is something. I have those moments where I'm like, I would kill for 86,000 followers. But there is nice where it's like, I can do what I want, and there's like 10 people who actually care, and the rest is just like, I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way you gotta do this, is for you, not for other people.
I don't think you should be worried about anything. You're a funny, good dude, too.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like one of those people that are like, I'm gonna like, you never talk about it.
Yeah.
You're not a dick about it. So it's like people that, you know, you're funny, you'll get going and say it. It's really not a big deal.
Would you ever do another reality TV show like
question.
Big Brother? Or?
Competition ones, probably not. If there was another like
30-something Austins in like 8 years.
That's what I'm waiting
The
for.
reunion.
Yeah.
It's just 60-something awesome. I'm like, you guys need me yet?
Let's go down to Latchkey. They're like, Michael, that closed 10 years ago.
I would. I don't think that they would. I don't think they really, like the producer, the people on like the corporate side, on the network side, I don't think they really got me as a person. Because when you think of reality star, you're thinking of like the hot guys on the show, you know? You're thinking of like Too Hot to Handle, that kind of person.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily have the funny, but they have the abs. Mm-hmm. And I'm just not that. So I think I kind of confuse them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because they were like, what do we do with you? Like,
right.
You know, because you're not just like a hot, dumb idiot. You're interesting, and they're like, we need hot, dumb idiots.
Yeah.
I imagine the producers being like, he hasn't done one single push-up this whole show.
What the
That's
fuck?
what he sold us on. This guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
Were any other people on the show like any, I guess, performers of any sort, or no? Everyone else was just like, I'm 22 and I want to fucking go to Austin, basically?
Pretty much, yeah. My ex is a fashion designer.
Oh, that's cool.
So she has that. She and I were the only ones with like a passion.
Goals.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Everyone else was just like, wow. Like that's
vape and do blow in Austin, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they were just blowing and vaping.
Dude, I want to ask you so bad. I feel like I shouldn't, but well, just like okay, we can edit it out. But like, did you see anyone do anything like super out of pocket, like get super hammered and like do some bad shit or do drugs out of pocket like that?
Well, there was like actually a thing in the contract that if you did drugs, you get kicked off the show. But yeah, there was definitely someone that was doing blow while we were filming.
Did you guys get fucked up on the show, like drunk?
Well, I don't drink, but
Still don't. Like, is there like, did you ever have a point where you drink? Or just never?
Okay. Yeah, I stopped drinking like 2 years ago.
Oh, word.
I think I remember we had a conversation about like you were in like another country or something and you like blacked out and then you were just like, I'm done.
No, I think what happened was, so I drank a lot in college and I drank a lot. I studied abroad. And when I was studying abroad,
was it Belarus?
Prague. Yeah. I was blacking out like 5 nights a week. Like 5 nights a week, I was full on blacking out.
Damn.
And it was awesome. I'm a very good drunk. Like it was fun. But I think what I did was I ruined my stomach lining from all that alcohol. So now anytime I drink, the whole next day I'm puking. Like no matter how little.
Shit.
Like I'm just like allergic to it.
That
now.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it
That
does
is
and it doesn't.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a blessing in
I
disguise.
am low-key jealous a little bit.
I mean, sure, it's awesome, but it's that thing where it's like it sucks. It's like it's not like he made a conscious choice. Like his body is like no, like he can't be like I'm gonna tie one on tonight unless he wants to just die.
Bro,
Yeah.
me and Brandon drank on Wednesday, right? Like I drank a lot. Like I had to sleep in my car, right? On
Yeah, I heard
Thursday,
that, yeah.
I woke up like nothing fazed me.
Wow.
No hangover, nothing. Just
Yeah,
felt
you're a real
as
Irish
shitty as
boy.
normal.
Yeah.
you
See,
know?
I'm jealous of that because I miss drinking. Drinking is really fun.
It's a very good social thing. Like I've never been like, I can't have just like a beer at the house by myself. I feel like a loser. Like I'm like, oh, this is how I become an alcoholic. But social drinking is something that it's like I'd be so hard for me to give that up. And I don't drink a lot, but it's just that like I think tonight's gonna be one of those nights where like as a group we kind of get fucked up, and I'm like, I'm looking forward to it.
It's good because it brings you guys all together in like some sort of like, you know, we're all doing something bad. So we're all in this together.
And you're all dumb, and everyone's like a little more honest and silly and goofy. Like you should. Brian the other night couldn't stop telling me how much he loved me.
Yeah, dude, I heard you were getting jealous.
I
Brian.
said that I loved someone else, and he was like, "No, you don't. You don't love them like you love me, bro. Don't say that shit."
But that's funny, right?
That's hilarious.
Funny.
That's great.
So
Yeah,
maybe I'm
that's fun
just
stuff.
always funny.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. That's
You were a
your
good
takeaway
drunk
from
though.
that.
Like you didn't do anything crazy.
No, I like never got into fights, never got emotional. I just like
Fun guy.
down to party.
Yeah.
That's good though. What, an hour? Yeah, cool. You got to get out of here, right?
Yeah.
It's 2:42.
Do you have any last thoughts or prayers?
Here, let's do one. Would you rather? The only other things I had written down were, do you think I'm cute? And then, that's why I didn't ask it. And then we spent the last podcast talking about how I was ugly for like 20 minutes. So
You said it. You were the one that said it the whole time.
I know. That's why I just didn't. I don't want to.
The whole podcast, you were like, dude, it's just crazy because like I was one of those ugly ass fucking dudes that got no pussy.
Here's the thing.
That's all you said.
Brandon said, I was so ugly I almost fucked a crackhead.
That's true.
That's a true statement.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. You know what you did the whole podcast? Never once told me I was wrong. So don't act like you're a fucking saint over here, you cock gobbling monster.
Hey, man, I'm sorry. You're not ugly. You're a very pretty young
It's
boy.
too late, man.
Yeah. Fuck you at this point.
Michael
All right.
Tony's
I don't want to lie.
Would you rather be forced to change genders every 3 months or move to a new place every year?
Oh, move to a new place every year. I like already kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. It would. I mean, moving to a new place does fucking suck. Like when I first moved here, I was fucking miserable.
Yeah,
like
me
when I
too.
had no friends, and like there was just 200 other open micers who were like, "I'm here for the same reason," and like, I don't want to be friends with you because like you're gonna steal something, like an opportunity from me. And I was like, "Why does it do like that?" Shit sucked.
Yeah.
Where would you move now if you were like, I'm out?
Probably
gotta
New
move.
York. I really want to go there. And then after that, I have a dream of just giving up stand-up and going to like Portugal.
Dude, what's up, bro? I'm Portuguese.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
We should
Portugal.
run away together.
You been there?
Yeah, I've been there. I went once. It was
Oh, hell
really
yeah.
cool.
Try a bunch of
But
drugs
obviously, I
and-
love stand up, and it's what I want to do forever. But sometimes it's just so mentally taxing, and I'm like, what if I just moved to Portugal and pursued triathlons?
That'd be awesome.
You're a weirdo, I think, if you do stand up and you don't every once in a while be like, what if I just moved and
and
disappeared?
stop
like,
doing this.
Yeah, if you
like,
don't
'cause I
fantasize
love
about
it,
quitting,
But
yeah.
it's like, dude, I do, and I make fun of them, but deep down, sometimes I look at those people that I went to high school with that are 25. They just bought their first house.
Yeah.
They're happily married. They have a good job. They have nice things. They go on vacations, and I'm like, dude, I'm eating ramen for the next 3 nights.
You know,
I guess
like-
it's hard when you're looking back and like the people at home are doing well.
Yeah.
But I also think that some of those people look at us and are like, I low-key hate my wife already. I wish I would have pursued my dreams.
For sure.
Yeah.
Austin
Yeah.
looks fun.
Yeah.
Dude, he's still living like he's in college and like having a good time. Like I have a 401k and bills. This sucks.
Yeah.
Life
Yeah,
gets
sometimes
serious.
I do want to get a job with medical insurance,
Yeah, I still got medical insurance for like
thing.
28 more days. So like I'm like,
Nice.
living the
Go to the
life.
doctor and the dentist.
I'm
I
getting my
have to go.
wisdom teeth
Yeah.
removed. All right, yeah. Michael's
You
got
gotta
to
get
get
him
out
out
of here, dude. Thank you so much for doing the pod. We'll
Hey, real
wrap
quick,
up
last
here in a
question,
second,
Michael.
but
This is good.
Cool.
Plug
Have you
anything real
ever,
quick if you
have you
want.
ever Googled yourself?
Me? Oh, yeah, of course.
Because I Googled you and it says Michael Fractor, scuba certified and can tread water for 10 minutes.
Does it
Swear
really
to God,
say
on
that?
Google, bro. Swear to God.
It should say an hour, but yeah.
Dude,
right,
thank you
cool.
for coming on
Yeah.
the pod. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
this
of
was fun
course.
as fuck.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks.
Yeah, anytime you want to come back, fucking feel
Cool.
free.
Yeah. all right.
Fuck yeah,
Do
dude.
you want to plug anything?
Nope.
All right.
All right. Well,
You'll see him at a triathlon soon.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, guys,
coming.
follow him.
He's coming in hot.
Thank you for listening, whether this was your first time or your 152nd time. I appreciate you, but most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
Yeah, check it out now. It's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna. It's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna, like that. Check it out now, check it out. Yo, this one right here is about a girl. And you've seen this girl before if you've been to any club in the whole wide world. Check it out. Her nickname's Last Resort.